Hello everyone and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. Hope everybody's doing good. Uh-oh, I'm knocking things over. That goes right there. Hi Kitty. How are you doing? Kitty's here. Say. Okay, today's Monday, February 26th. Currently it's 49 degrees. Highs today's going to be 62. That'll feel pretty good. No chance of rain and winds at 4 miles per hour. Sounds like a good day to walk again. Today I'll have a Kroger haul. We went there like usual for like a prescription, and we had to wait for like 20 minutes or so. So we went looking around and we found some things. Found some new items too. So check that out today. And Logan's Awesome Snack Reviews. If you haven't seen the community post that Logan sent out, it's going to be Tuesday. It's going to be tomorrow. He's been having trouble. His hips have been hurting him real bad. He's got arthritis. Well, all three of us do. And I know how it is when your hip hurts. It's usually my left hip that bothers me. The right one doesn't normally bother me. Sometimes it does. But when it's really hurting, you can't get around very good. And you don't feel like doing a whole lot when it's like that either. So anyway, thought we'd get that in on Tuesday. And what's for dinner? I forgot to write it down, but we're having cheeseburgers. I'm going to make some cheeseburgers and fries. I've got some Private Selection Black Angus ground chuck, and that stuff is great for burgers, let me tell you, or for Sloppy Joes. If they want Sloppy Joes, I'll fix them. I didn't really think, I kind of thought about it, but then I thought, burger would be good because we got some lettuce and tomato and onion. So, while we got everything, may as well make some. So that'll be a good meal. Okay, and I got these brioche buns still. Some of these Private Selection brioche buns are really good. And they're the bigger ones, not the little bitty ones like Aldi has now. Okay, yeah, they're brioche buns, unless they have two different kinds, and they were out of one. The only ones I saw last time we bought some were the small ones. They're the same size as just the regular hamburger buns they sell that are cheaper, but they're super small if y'all got those, and these are that small now. I like a bigger bun to get all that stuff in on a burger. Okay, time for jokes of the day. All right, here's one. George Washington was such a great president. He never blamed any of the country's problems on the previous administration. There was no previous administration, no wonder. Okay, a man entered a pet shop wanting to buy a parrot. The shop owner pointed out 3 identical parrots on a perch and said, "The parrot to the left costs $500. Why does that parrot cost so much?" the man wondered. The owner replied, "Well, it knows how to use a computer." The man asked about the next parrot on the perch. "That one cost $1,000 because it can do everything the other parrot can do, plus it knows how to use the Unix operating system." Naturally, the startled customer asked about the third parrot. "That one cost $2,000. "And what does that one do?" the man asked. The owner replied, "To be honest, I've never seen him do a thing, but the other 2 call him boss." So the boss doesn't usually do anything, and then that one costs more because of that. Okay, thought of the day. It isn't the mountains ahead to climb that wear you out. It's the pebble in your shoe. And that's from Muhammad Ali. Okay. And where did I see one I wanted to do? Okay, here, this one sounds interesting, maybe. It is, it doesn't say what the bonus, not bonus. I saw the word bonus and read it for some reason. Okay, I don't know. It says, chill out and test your ice knowledge with this quiz. Which of these beverages does not freeze in a conventional freezer? Vodka, beer, orange juice, milk. I think everybody might know this one. I mean, even if you don't drink, you probably know this one. Orange juice is going to freeze. Beer is going to freeze. Milk's going to freeze. But not vodka. All that alcohol in it. Right. The truth is that liquor actually can freeze if the temperature is low enough. I didn't know that, really. The freezing point for pure ethanol is actually minus 175 degrees, or minus, that's Fahrenheit, or minus 115 Celsius. On the other hand, water freezes at 32 degrees or 0 Celsius. Your standard freezer just isn't cold enough to do the trick. I can't imagine you know, what it would be like if it was frozen, you know, and it being ethanol, pure ethanol. I've never seen that. What unusual thing happens to water when it freezes? It expands, it shrinks, it becomes heavier, it sinks. Well, I'll give you a second, but I know that the reason that your water pipes burst when it freezes is because it expands. Right. Most liquids have a quite simple behavior. When they are cooled at a fixed pressure, they shrink. The liquid contracts as it is cooled because the molecules are moving slower. They are less able to overcome the attractive intermolecular forces drawing them closer to each other. Well, let me see. It just keeps on going about all kinds of technical stuff there about just water freezing. So, what substance is frozen and pressurized in order to make dry ice? Dry ice is really, really cold. Helium, carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen. What do you think? Well, I think it's carbon dioxide. I think this nitrogen, they freeze it for stuff, but not for, it doesn't solidify, I don't think. Carbon dioxide. Dry ice is made by liquefying carbon dioxide and injecting it into a holding tank where it's frozen at a temperature of minus 109 Fahrenheit and compressed into solid ice. What is done to hockey pucks to prevent them from bouncing? Freeze them, sharpen them, warm them, paint them. Sharpen a hockey puck? Prevent them from bouncing. Bouncing. You know, I played plenty of hockey, and I don't remember doing anything to the hockey puck, you know, to keep it from bouncing. Although it was super cold in Michigan, where I mainly played hockey. And I'm not for sure if we did in Erie, Pennsylvania either, or Monroeville, but I know we did in, we played a lot of hockey. Every winter we played hockey. And, I mean, I might get this wrong. I'm just going to say then freeze them. No, that's right. Modern hockey pucks are frozen before games to prevent them from bouncing. Practice pucks are made from 40-foot long rubber tubes that are pulled and sliced into 4-inch pieces, which are then dropped into a 2-piece heated mold and compressed together. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. I think I know this. What is the freezing point of water in Celsius? 32 degrees, 120 degrees, 0 degrees, minus 52 degrees. Now, just earlier in this, there was something you think that was that mentioned something like that. If you're paying attention, you probably would know this now. So, I'm going to say 0 degrees Celsius. That's right. I forget what it said earlier, something about that, though. When it's describing the thing at the end. The freezing point describes the liquid. I'm having issues with chapped lips. Little pieces of skin wants to peel off or something. Okay, the freezing point describes the liquid to solid transition, while the melting point is the temperature at which water goes from solid ice to liquid water. Okay, so yeah, 0 degrees. Ice can be technically classified as what? A liquid, a mineral, a salt, a gas. Kind of goofy answers for some of it. You know? Give you a second. Technically classified as what? Well, ice is frozen water, which is a liquid. Oh my gosh, it's a mineral. Boy, that got me off guard there. Now I'm learning something. As a naturally occurring, it's a mineral, if I didn't say it. As a naturally occurring crystalline inorganic solid with an ordered structure, ice is considered to be a mineral. It possesses a regular crystalline structure based on the molecule of water, which consists of a single oxygen atom covalently bonded with 2 hydrogen atoms. That, I would have never thought that. Would you? Did y'all guess that? Or a mineral? Wow. I don't see how it could go from water to a mineral. Okay. Missed one. 5 right, 1 wrong. What do you call an ice cream with no dairy products in it? Sherbet, sorbet, gelato, mochi. M-O-C-H-I. Well, no dairy products in it. I am not for sure about this. I don't eat much ice cream, you know. I guess when I was a kid, maybe I did eat some, but, you know, I can't remember the last time I had, you know, just ice cream. We had like some ice cream sandwiches a while back. I think it might be a few still in the freezer, but hadn't had ice cream in a long time. So anyway, my first one guess was sherbet, but I'm thinking sorbet is like fruit or something like that. Just fruit. No, I'm gonna go with sorbet. Oh, that's right. Sorbet is a frozen delight that contains just fruit and sugar. That's one. No dairy. It's often churned in an ice cream maker, which makes it scoopable but not creamy. Restaurants use sorbet as a palate cleanser during multi-course meals because the intense fruit flavor is extra refreshing. And it's incredibly easy to make at home, it says. Okay. How does salinity affect the freezing point of water? Raises it, lowers it, doesn't affect it, makes freezing impossible. With salt, salinity, that would be like salt, you know? I'm thinking, I don't know if it really affects it or not. I mean, salt water freezes too, but it might freeze at a different temperature. The freezing point. I think it's, so it wouldn't lower the freezing point. It would lower the freezing point, or it wouldn't raise the freezing point. It wouldn't be easier to freeze. It's either, I'm thinking it's either doesn't affect it or lowers it. My first thought was lowers it, so that's what I'm going with. And that's right. And I really didn't know that. I've never heard. If I heard that, it was something that I just was watching on TV, and I don't even remember knowing it. It's just tucked away in my brain somewhere. It lowers it. Under normal conditions, ordinary fresh water freezes and melts at 0 C or 32 degrees. When the rate of freezing is the same as the rate of melting, the amount of ice and the amount of water won't change. The ice and water are said to be in dynamic equilibrium with each other. Adding salt disrupts the equilibrium. The individual particles that make up salt, known as ions, arrange themselves around the water molecules. In doing so, they shield the water molecules from interactions among themselves. I found that interesting. Yeah. Okay, I got 7 right and 1 wrong. What percentage of Greenland is covered in ice? 80%, 50%, 20%, 100%. Greenland. Covered in ice. I don't think it's 80 to 100%, or 80 or 100%. And I've seen things on Greenland, but I don't remember. But it is pretty bad there. I'm going to take a little chance and say 50%. It's 80%. Oh my gosh. Okay, another teachable moment. The Greenland ice sheet covers about 80% of the world's largest island, stretching across 656,000 square miles, an area about 3 times the size of Texas. Wow. At its thickest point, the Greenland ice sheet measures over 1.9 miles thick and contains about 696,000 cubic miles of ice. If the entire Greenland ice sheet melted, the sea level would rise about 24 feet. Can you imagine? I hope it never melts. Okay, 7 right, 2 wrong. So I got 1 more. What was the name given to the colder climate between 1300 and 1850? Big Bang, Little Ice Age, Ice Pole Age, Super Freeze. Little Ice Age? You know, I don't think I've heard this said before. I don't think it's if I gave you enough time, maybe. Big Bang, that's how they say the world was created or whatever, or the earth. Ice Pole Age, Ice Pole. It kind of makes sense that they would call it Little Ice Age, but Ice Pole Age, sounds a little more, it sounds a little corny to call it Little Ice Age just by the sounds of it. So I might go with Ice Pole Age, and I might miss. And I did miss, and it was Little Ice Age. I talked myself out of another one. The Little Ice Age was a period of regionally cold conditions between roughly AD 1300 and 1850. The term Little Ice Age is somewhat questionable because there was no single well-defined period of prolonged cold. So that's, like I said, I don't know. It just didn't make sense. So I learned the 3 that I lost. I learned something today, which is good. It was, a little tricky. But I went 7 and 3. I hope y'all did good. Maybe you got all of them right. So, yeah. So let me know how you did. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this morning coffee break. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody, I hope you have a fantastic morning. And check out the Kroger Hall later on today, everyone. Bye, everyone, and God bless.